Welcome to Code Crafters, and in this video we are going to learn something really different, and actually we are going to solve a problem from the algorithm implementation part of HackerRank, and this problem is again solved in Python. So this problem can be solved in many number of ways. You can use and solve the problem using for loops or while loops or any other looping iterations, but in this video we are going to solve the problem using the concept of dictionaries in Python. I hope you're all familiar with how dictionaries work, how you can access the items in a dictionary, how we can add items to the dictionary and everything. Okay. So note one more thing, dictionary cannot contain any duplicate values. Okay, that's a main feature of dictionaries in Python. So let's go to the problem statement. There is a large pair of socks that must be paired by color. Given an array of integers representing the color of each sock, determine how many pairs of socks with matching colors there are. So we have a number of total socks as number of is equal to 7, and we have an array that is not an array, actually its variable name is AR, and we have a list of numbers like 1 2 1 2 1 3 2. Now we have to find how many pairs of same color do we have. So let's actually count the number of ones. Here we have 3 number of ones, and let's count the number of 2 here. There we have 3 number of 2s and only 1 3. So how many pairs can you form out of them? You can form from the number of counts of 1, you can form 1 pair. And from the count of 2, we can form 1 pair. And 3 is a single digit and there is no other pair of 3. So we can't actually count that as a pair. So out of this list, you can totally form 2 pairs. That is one from the 1 count and other from the 2 count. I hope it's clear. I can even show in a diagrammatic way. Yeah, that's later. So that's the question. I hope you understood the problem statement. You have a list of numbers and you have to count the number of pairs. Like imagine those numbers represent some colors and you have to count the same number of color pairs. Okay, that's the question. So even here there's a problem statement. Like look at this. I guess this will be more understandable. You have a total number of numbers like 9 numbers, and the numbers go like 10, 20, 20, 10, 10, 30, 50, 10, 20. Now we have to pair the numbers. So you have 2 pairs of 10 and 1 pair of 20, and you have 3 left digits like 50, 30 and 20. They don't have any other pairs, so they are left out. You don't have to count the left out digits. You just have to return the count of pairs in the list of numbers. Okay, that's problem statement. So now you can say you have 3 pairs of socks. Okay, as each color represents something, you can say as 3 pairs of socks you have. So let's get to the solution part. Before that, I can explain in a diagrammatic way how you can actually frame the solution. Okay, so let's see this. I have actually written here. I hope the handwriting is really clear. So as I already said, dictionary will contain only unique values. So this is our list. 10, 20, 20, 10, 10, 30, 50, 10, 20. So from this, if you're actually getting the unique values, what it would be? It would be 10, 20, 30 and 50, right? Then you need to form a dictionary which has the count of all these values. For 10, we have 4 tens. For 20, we have 3 20. And for 30, we have just 130. And 50, we just have 150. So to get the pair, you can actually divide the count by 2. When you divide the count by 2, you get the pair of numbers. So the count of 10 is 4 right here. And if you divide 4 by 2, you get 2. And now we already know that we have only 2 pairs of 10. And the same goes for 20. The count of 20 is 3. When you divide 3 by 2, you get 1. We just have only 1 pair of 20. And that goes for 30 and 50. The 30 and 50 count of numbers is just 1. 1 divided by 2 would give you 0.5. And in programming, we just take the integer values, not the decimal part. So it's just 0. So there's no pairs. You can't form a pair with just one single sock. Okay. So in order to get this through programming logic, this is a conceptual thinking. To get this in a programming logic, let's say we are creating a dictionary with the unique values. And we are assigning, a dictionary will have 2 things, a key and a value. So these are the unique numbers 10, 20, 30, 40. And we are assigning the value for all these numbers as 0. Okay. Then what we are going to do is, we are going to loop through the list. Our list name is AR, you already know it. So we are just going to loop it. So let's say for I in AR, and if this I and this key is same, what we do is we are going to increment the value. You're just going to say value plus 1. What will do? It will actually increment the value, and the count will get incremented as long as the key value equals the I value in the for loop. Okay, I hope it's clear. If you have any doubt, you can actually drop in a comment section. So that's what it happens. We have a dictionary and we are actually taking all the unique numbers as key values of the dictionary, and then we are keeping as the at the beginning stage we are keeping all the values to assigned to the 0. And what we are doing next is we are going to compare the key value with the list in the array value, with the values in the list. Like we are going to loop through the list. Okay, so each value of the list will be compared with the key value. If the key and the value in the list is same, what will happen? The values count gets incremented, and at last we will get this kind of dictionary 4311. Then what we are going to do? We are going to loop through the values of dictionary. And after looping to the values of dictionary, you can actually get the values of dictionary by your dictionary name dot values. If you want to get the keys of dictionary, you can give like your dictionary name dot keys. That will return the keys of the dictionary. So after looping to the values of dictionary, you are going to divide each number by 2 to actually form the pairs. Once the pairs are formed, you are going to count the number of pairs and you are going to return it. So I've just explained in the conceptual way. Now let's get to the programming part and implement this logic. Okay. So I forgot to show you this. Look at this. Count of pairs of each numbers is 10 will be 2 and 20 will be 1 and 30 is 0 and 50 is 0. So you just have to count the number of pairs and it will return 3. Okay. Now let's get to the programming part. Okay. As I've already explained the problem statement, now let's get to the programming part. So a HackerRank always has a default code. You can either edit this default code or you can actually erase the entire thing and write your own code. So as of now, I'll just show the editing part, and I'll also show the how you can actually erase the entire thing and write your own code in this. Okay, I'll show both the things. So we are just importing some normal modules. Not every module we are going to use it, but it's just the default code. Okay. And then we are actually declaring a function named sock merchant, and we are passing 2 arguments inside the function. One is the number of count of elements in the list, that is the n. Here in our example 9 is the n, and AR is the number of or the elements in the list, 10, 20, 20, that is AR. Okay. And in the main function we are just going to call open a file and use it in the write mode, and we are going to actually input n. Then here, before I explain this line, let's say you need to input n spaced integers. Okay, so up to this n you have to input some integers. You can input in this way: AR is equal to int of input dot split, but this will be just n spaced integers. You will not actually have it in the form of list. To actually have it in the form of list, that's what we are actually mapping it into a list. So first you're actually inputting it, and then you are using the map function, and using the map function you are converting the n spaced integers into a list. So now our array or AR is actually in the form of list. These numbers are in the form of list. And then we are actually creating a variable named result. This result will have the whatever value the function returns from above. And we are just writing the result into the file, and we are closing the file. So let's get to the main part where we write the code or the logic. Okay, now first what we need to do, we have to create an empty dictionary. So let's say always create different names. Don't ever create a dictionary with the name like dict, because dict is a keyword in Python and it will cause conflicting issues in the later part if you're using dict. So let's say my dict, okay, as our dictionary. And we need 2 things: count of pairs and also pairs, right? Count equal to 0 and pair count is equal to 0. You will know the differences and the use later. So first let's loop through the list for I in AR. Our first task is to create a dictionary with all the unique values as key and the values assigned to the key as 0, right? For I in AR, Now you need to use the update function from the dictionary. My dict dot update. And inside the update part, what you're going to do is you are just going to declare it as I. You're just going to assign the values in the dictionary and 0. So now you will have a dictionary like this. Let's say 10, 0, 20, 0, 30, 0, 40, 50, 0. Once you complete this, this will be the output. You will have a dictionary with all the unique values as key, and the values for the keys will be 0, 0, 0, 0. That's what we are assigning here. Now, what's the next step? We have to find the count of every numbers as per the key, right? So let's go to the next thing, and we are going to now loop through the keys for x in mydict.keys. Okay, for x in mydict.keys, what will this do? It will take the keys of the dictionary, and then we are actually looping it again in the list for I in AR. Now what we need to do, we are going to check if the key value and the I value in the list is same. If x equal to I, then we are going to update the count of keys or the count of values as per the list in the dictionary. My dict dot update, or you can just say my dict dot I plus equal to 1. It will just update the count. Okay. Now, what will be the output of this? We will get a dictionary like 10. 10 we have 4 times, 20 we have 3 times, 30 we have 0 times, 1 time, and 50 we have 1 time. Now what do we need next? We need to find the pairs. So how many pairs of 10 we can form? We have 4 numbers, that means we can form 2 pairs. And how many pairs of 20 we can form? We have 3 20s, that means you can form 1 pair of 20. And 30 and 50 we just have 1, so we can't form any pairs. And what did I say to find the pairs? You just have to divide the count by 2. So in order to get the count is in the values part of dictionary, right? So you need the values of the dictionary. So you're just going to loop through the values of dictionary for x in my dict dot values. And here you're just going to divide it. Count equal to x divided by, in Python you used to use floor division actually, x divided by 2. And then we have to update the pair count plus equal to count. So as soon as each dictionary values get counted or the count pairs counted, it will be updated in the pair count. Okay. So if you're actually printing this count, you will get the dictionary like values will be like 10 will be 2, 20, 10 as 2, 20 as 1, and 30 as 0, and 40 as 0, 50 as 0, sorry. So now you just need to count the number of pairs. We just have 2 and 1, and 2 and 1 will return the pair count as 3. That's what we are actually doing it here. At last, you need to print the pair count. You can just say return pair count. Return pair count. Let's run this program. It's still in the processing mode. Wait for a few minutes. Okay, I'm having a error. For x in, yeah, I didn't actually have this function thing. It's keys like a function. Let's run it again. It's taking a bit time processing it. Yes, we have got the answer. So I hope the program is clear. Now, if you need to actually not edit the default code of HackerRank and do the problem in your own way by using the same logic, you can just have these two lines copied in earlier. Like you can copy it and delete the entire code. Okay, now we have to insert these two lines and make the indentation correct. And now the same thing, whatever you did the earlier part, nothing, there's no change. So you are just going to loop to the statement first for I in AR, and yeah, before that create an empty dictionary. My dict is equal to curly braces. You have created empty dictionary. Now you just have to update the dictionary. My dict dot update, you're just having to update the unique values I0, and then you're going to loop through the dictionaries for x in my dict dot keys. That would make it, yeah, then you have to check the keys, and for that you have to loop through their list again for I in AR. If x equal to I, then you will just increment the dictionary count, my dict, dictionary values count actually, my dict dot I plus equal to 1. Then you're going to loop through the values of dictionary for x in my dict dot values, and inside it you're just going to, yeah, you have to declare the variable before. Count is equal to 0 and pair count is equal to 0. So that would make count equal to x float division 2 and pair count plus is equal to count. Now you just have to print pair count. Let's try to run this program. Yes, you have got the answer. You can submit the code to test it against all other test cases. Yes, you have got all the test cases correct. So I hope this video is clear and the explanation is clear. If you have any doubt, you can drop a comment in the comment sections and I'll reach out to you soon. Thank you.